What's up, guys? We are back for another Rust What's Coming, and we're here covering the new dev blog and updates. So we got a couple of new things, which is pretty awesome, and we've got a couple of changes. So what we're going to go ahead is actually talk about a few of the changes right now, and these are some quality of life things. So when you go to the Quick Craft menu, your last chosen skin will actually stay there. So whenever I want to make my hammer, I can just click on here, and it's going to actually, instead of making this plain old boring hammer, it's going to go ahead and make me my awesome lava skin hammer. Which is taking forever. Come on. There you go. Alright, so there we've got our skin. As you can see, the rock here as well as a watermelon. And actually, if you go ahead and select your skins here and craft that, it will now also be... Whoa, that was weird. It will now also be what you spawn with from that point on, which is cool for rocks. So a lot of people say, oh, I want to spawn with my rock skin. What's the point of it? I'm never going to use it afterwards. Well, I mean, that's a good point. You aren't going to really use it for very long. So why not spawn with it? So whatever your skin you crafted last is actually going to be the one that you spawn with next time when you die. So that's actually pretty cool. Also, when you are crafting something with a skin, it shows up in the queue with said skin. So you know exactly what's going on there, which is cool. So if you accidentally craft the wrong box or something like that, you can kind of pay attention to it and be like, oh, wait, you know, and figure that out. So that's a nice little quality of life change as well. When it comes to ammo, we can go to ammo here and we'll spawn in a couple different ammo types. And for people who play modded, not a big deal, but for people who don't, as you can see, pretty much every ammo now stacks to 128, except for shotgun, it looks like. But pretty much all other ammo does, so that's actually really nice. So that kind of helps with the space saving or maybe long gunfights. That's a good thing. And then we've got the Tuna Lamp finally. So they actually said on the dev blog that they'll be going through the previous concepts that just have been kind of left in the dust, and they're going to go ahead and tear through them and see which ones are worth implementing into the game here in the next couple of weeks. As you know as well, the heavy armor, as we spoke about, is being implemented, and they've finished it up, so now pretty much it just needs to be rigged and put into the game and balanced. So you can see the picture here, it's popped up. And we've got another little friend here. There's a flame turret. And I'm building privileged, so he's not going to attack me. I'm going to deauthorize, though, and he is ready to murder. So it sprays for a solid 30 seconds at you. Now I'm authorized, though. He's going to leave me alone. We'll give it a minute to let the burning go out here. And keep in mind, guys, if you have a wooden base, you're going to burn it down by putting one of these in there to protect it. So don't. Okay? Then when it comes to fuel here, it uses up, I don't know, I filled it. That 130-second burst used 4. So it lasts quite a while. And we're just going to go ahead and turn off chat because random people are joining my test server. That's nice. So anyways, I love the way this little guy looks. They kept the crazy face, which is just hilarious. One thing you want to keep in mind, though, is you can actually step on this guy and boost up half a floor. Okay? So if you're trapped in a 1x1, you can kind of get out of it. And you have to be clever about building. Do not put him somewhere where this thing is going to help get somebody up in your base. So keep that, keep that completely in mind. When it comes to the crafting recipe for our new items, it's going to be, we want to go under building and items, I believe, and tuna can. There it is. It's going to cost you 1 empty tuna can. So you actually have to save tuna cans now, guys. So yeah, 1 empty tuna can, 20 wood, and 10 low-grade fuel. And they're pretty fuel efficient from what I've noticed as well. It's not too bad. And we pop under to traps. Our flame turret's going to run you 15 high-quality metal, 5 pipes, 5 propane tanks, and 3 gears. So it's pretty expensive, honestly, I have to say. So you got to be mindful about when you set this guy up. But I figured what we do here is go ahead and set the time to dark. Let's do like 22. There we go. And boom. And boom. And that. And that. And pretty much if you put one for every 3 walls or so, it lights up the base pretty darn good. And, you know, the fuel, like I said, it lasts pretty good. So they're a neat little model, and they look good. So I'm pretty excited about that. And we finally kind of have a mounted lamp. So I know people still want mounted torches. That's definitely something I still want as well. I mean, it'd be a great alternative as well. Plus, a tuna can is kind of expensive for each lamp if you're going to be lighting up a big base. So one thing to think about there. When it comes to filling containers, you can no longer just open it and hit transfer. You actually have to click directly on the nozzle. Not really sure why that was implemented. I feel like it makes a tiny hitbox on something now. But as you can see, we're just kind of hitting wherever. But, you know, if you click close enough to it, it's not too bad when it comes to that there. Last couple of things to mention. They've just been doing a lot of stuff with player animations. So if you notice, they're a little bit wonky. People aren't looking the direction that they're shooting and stuff like that. They're working on fixing most of that, but some of it is still a little bit out of whack. So you definitely want to keep in mind that they're working on that. They've also improved loading times greatly, just in the main menu and such. They've also added a separate slider under audio here. And there's master volume, music volume, and menu music volume. So if you don't want the in-game music, but you still like the menu music, you can actually crank that one up and have your menu music all the way. And for all those people who love the original Legacy song, the team has been working on getting that song kind of remixed slightly and put back into the game. So that's actually a really cool thing. Lastly, basically, the heavy armor, like I said, will probably be in next week. We've got, you know, a lot of quality of life changes. If you want to see those details, go ahead and jump onto the dev blog. We've got some update for dungeon art. They're working on overgrowth and so forth still. And you've got some like pipe systems and electrical conduits that they're working on here for the military tunnel rooms and such. And just kind of working on just making the game better in general. So the crafting time also has been reduced on, I believe, not crafting time, guys. I am so sorry. I'm a little bit tired, been stretched out pretty thin about stuff, but the cost has been reduced for a lot of these, I guess they're calling them kind of just like vanity items. It was like 700 metal frags for a banner. So, you know, they've actually gone ahead and made these a little bit more reasonable. So hopefully people use them a little more often. Lastly, with farming, there's been a few more changes. Dead plants will stick around longer. You require less water to keep to fully saturate the planter beds. And also, whenever you take clippings, you can't do it too much. Repeat clippings are going to actually reduce the genetics of the plants. So you can't kind of inbreed plants, more or less, kind of, in a way. But they have said they're going to take a break from farming for a little bit right now and focus on some other stuff. On Reddit, it was actually mentioned that there was a thought of being able to make fertilizer from old dead plants or unused plants, and then also use that fertilizer to not only fertilize, but as an alternate to explosives ingredients. Not explosives themselves, but ingredients. So instead of sulfur, so to say. So in a way, you could farm by growing. So that's kind of an idea. Another thing that I saw on Reddit recently, which I thought was really interesting, is someone proposed a really awesome thread about a military convoy you'd have to attack, and it'd be an event kind of like the helicopter. Well, we got a response on there from Facepunch, and Hulk said that he's been thinking about something similar to that for a really long time, but that his idea was that it was going to be a Bradley APC that you had to take down. So that's just something really cool to hear, that they still have that mindset of they want to do PvE stuff to keep you busy, so you're not just sitting in the base. It's not just PvP or offline raiding, and they're working on that. So that's kind of the last bit of cool stuff I wanted to go ahead and mention. So if you guys want to check out the details on the optimizations, like I said, check out the dev blog. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.